Hello, my name's Carl. I'm 2 Echo 0 Echo Zulu Tango, and in this video I'm going to talk about the FT3D and the Openspot 3 being used together. So for the past 18 months I've been using a hotspot, a DV Mega type hotspot, and you've probably seen that in one or two videos when I've used a hotspot in the house. I've been using D-Star a lot with that one in the kitchen as well. But this week, well, a few weeks ago, I ordered the Openspot 3, and that's taken a few weeks to arrive, mostly because of just the waiting time for the manufacturers to get the hotspots built and out the door. I don't think there was a massive delay because of the lockdown. It's more about the manufacturer's wait time. But that's arrived about 2 or 3 days ago. I've had 1 or 2 days using that hotspot around the house, especially with the FT3D. So I thought I'd put a video together just to give my initial impressions of the usefulness of using a hotspot or the Openspot, especially with a digital radio in the house. Just wanted to give a bit more detail about the FT3D as well. Some of the features that I feel go underused. I just wanted to raise them in the video and hopefully get people to talk about how they use the Fusion C4FM. So for me, the reason why I buy these handheld radios is to get outdoors with them. For me, they are an outdoor radio, and I've done a couple of videos of the FT1, the FT3 outdoors. They're pretty rugged. They've got a waterproof, weatherproof level. It's you can drop them in water, but you can't submerge them really. They are pretty dustproof as well, so they're quite versatile. They've got quite a hard body on them, and some of the features are pretty good for hiking and walking around, such as the GPS feature, APRS, and such like. So a great simplex and repeater, FM repeater radio. Very clear display on them as well, so I've been really impressed with the display. But there's a lot of features that actually I feel that go underused outdoors, and in many ways go underused indoors as well, and I'll just talk about that as well in a few minutes. One of the things that you get when you buy these FT3s, you get a bunch of cables in the box. And these cables allow you to set up the radio as a node. I'm just turning the 2-meter radio down. So what I mean by that is with the radio, you can actually plug it into a PC, and using the Yaesu program, you can either talk directly from the radio through the USB cable into the computer via Yaesu out into the internet, or you can set the radio up to be almost like a mini gateway in some ways, so you can get another radio, talk into that, and then that goes through the Yaesu. So a great addition to this radio is the ability to use it directly into a PC. So that means that already you can use it as an outdoor radio, and you can then plug it into a PC. Let's say if you're going to a hotel or going on holiday, and then you can use the radio, just without, if you're unable to get into a repeater, or if there's nobody nearby, if you haven't got any friends, then you can use this through the internet then. So there's a few functions on here that I feel really don't get used very much. And one of them, and I'll get some close-ups of this, and I'll cut them into the video. Sorry about that, let me just check continuity. The wife rang, so I had to just cut the video. It's very important. So I was just talking about some of the functions that I feel that go unused on the radio, and the GM function, the group monitor function, is one that unfortunately I've not had a chance to get to operate. But what I hope to do is in the near future is to just try and get a few hours to meet up who have similar radios and just really try out some of these built-in features that I feel that go unused. So one of the other features that I don't see being used that often is with the WiseX service, the WiseX system, is the news, the international and local news. I really don't see much information being shared through those facilities. Please, if anybody has got any examples of that being used, and also the downloadable voice data, downloadable text and images, anything like that. I'd like to see more examples of that being used, because these features are built in. This is what we pay for this system, but I've not really seen much of that, and I'd like to explore ways in which people have used these parts of this service and really used parts of the radio as well. So there's plenty at the moment that I've not got out of this radio, but I'd like to, spend some time working with people to get some examples of that. And then the second part of this video is actually to look at the Openspot. And I'll just get the Openspot device. It's just plugged in here. Just keep the power charge on it. So this is the Openspot. Let's get you in. So there's the Openspot. Really, really simple device. The setup of this, I've got to say, setting this up was an absolute pleasure. Usually with technology, it comes with a book, and you can throw the book away, and then you can spend 3 years trying to work out what was in the book. But with this, you don't really need it. It comes with a PDF you can download and look at. But the setup and the layout of the screen, I found really, really simple. So it's really nicely laid out. So basically, once you get this connected to your Wi-Fi, then you can actually, on the same network that this is connected to, you can go to any browser on your phone, on your computer, on a tablet. You can actually get to this page. And I'm currently logged into the HubNet. I've had a few contacts on HubNet already. Yesterday I actually tried to see how far I could get between myself and the hotspot around the house. So I had the radio on low power. The hotspot was in here in the radio room, and there was a couple of thick walls away in the back garden by the garage. So we're probably talking about 40 yards through brick walls. I could just get in on very low power on the radio. So with medium to high power, I could be a fair distance from the house if I needed to, through the brick walls. So I found that the radio and this worked well together from a transmit and receive point of view. The device can run all night and not get hot at all. That's one thing I've really noticed about this. The way that the heat dissipates through the device, I found very useful. But the actual display gives you the ability to set up a number of different profiles. I'm just using the profile that came out of the box. But you've got the ability to use DMR, D-Star, Fusion, NXDN. I've never tried it. P25, never tried it. Now this is quite interesting. This is one of the first times that I've seen DUPNet. I've signed up for DUPNet, and at the moment, all I know about it is it's a network of stations that broadcast or can send messaging in cases of emergency and such like. It's one of those systems that I've signed up for it, started to read some of the documentation around it, but I don't know enough of it yet to have an opinion. I thought the best way of talking about it is get an account, meet some of the people that run DUPNet, which I've done already through the emails and the ticketing, system. But I will be doing a video on DUPNet in the next few weeks once I know more about it. But it's something that interests me, although I don't understand what it is yet, apart from it is a distributed network of stations that can send messaging backwards and forwards. So different than APRS in many ways, but similar, I think. We'll find out. So for those people that so this is the this is where the POC/SAG and DUPNet system. You can send messages through DUPNet to a destination. You've got a bunch of transmitters. When I set up the Openspot 3 on DUPNet, I had to register the Openspot as a transmitter. I've been given a transmitter ID for it, even though I don't transmit personally. It still transmits all the same. So you can probably find a transmitter where somebody is, and then through that send a message out to that person, which I think sounds quite interesting. I'm just not showing my password there. So that's DUPNet. We'll have more on that when I know more about it. But don't you just love the UI design on this? Well, I do anyway. I've gone for dark mode. You have got a choice of different modes. What I do like about the Openspot, it gives you a readout of your internet connection, the quality of it. Now, I know that internet isn't, it's a hard sell to say it's radio as such, but it's communication. So let's just not worry about it's not RF in many ways, but one of the key components of having digital radio and being able to talk to people through radio equipment, through VoIP, is internet quality. Because we know a lot, because we know that digital, when there's a loss of packets, the quality of the digital voice is awful. Daleki, choppy, becomes really difficult to be able to listen to and to operate with. So being able to monitor your own internet connectivity, I think, is vital. One thing that I do struggle with is the bridging between things like DMR to Fusion, and then if you've got that, which is already compromised in some ways from its digital quality, if you get a loss of packets within your internet system, it really affects the voice even further. So that's something that I think is a decent addition to this setup. The Openspot 3 has allowed me to use YSX. So YSX then allows me to actually operate which room I want to go to by the radio itself. So for me, that's been really vital. So already the Openspot and the FT3 have worked really well together. So in summary, it's allowing me to get more bang for my buck. These radios don't come cheap, and just using them for getting outdoors is great. But if you don't get outdoors that often, and in the moment we aren't getting outdoors that often, being able to make the radio more versatile by using it in your kitchen, in the back garden, never in the toilet, it just allows you to be, get more for your money. So yeah, I'm happy so far. 2 days in, Openspot 3 FT3D. I'm quite happy with that. So I hope you found that was useful. It was just a little bit of a reflection on where I am so far with using this digital stuff at home, and yeah, I hope there was some useful information in there as well. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next video. So bye bye for now.